Alright, welcome back to Duke Your Damn Self. It is hot outside. We are in Texas and it is over 100 degrees out there, so it's time to make sure that our AC is working as best as it possibly can, because it gets hot in the houses really quickly. And I noticed that the air coming out of the hallway closet where the air conditioner blower is cooler than the rest of the house, so that tells me we have an air leak in there. I'm going to show you how to seal those air leaks and make sure that it is blowing as best possible through our air vents out here. So we're going to need some metallic tape we can get from basically any hardware store that handles anything to do with heating and air. This is the stuff right here. Only like $6. It's cheap and does a very, very good job. Alright, so with the AC blower going, feel around the edges, see if you feel any kind of drafts coming out of there. I feel really slight ones coming from around here. It's not blowing bad, but I do feel some. So what I'm going to do, I've already started sealing it with the silver tape all around the corner here. Make sure it covers all of the seams that you see. Anywhere you feel air blowing cool out of, go ahead and cover that with tape. I need to get here and here. It is really easy to work with and it is fairly cheap. So anything you can do to make your air conditioner work better and for cheap, I say do it. Alright, these are actually strips of metal. Adhesive on the back. They're very easy to work with, but they are very sticky. Don't take the backing off completely. Just slowly peel it off as you put it on your heater. It is tricky to get off there. It's very, very sticky. If you're using a knife, do not cut yourself. Only expose about this much at a time. That way it doesn't roll up on itself, and whereas stuff isn't terribly expensive, you don't want to waste it either. So we're going to now apply this to the very edge for a blower unit there and just push it around the back. I'm peeling as I go. You can see it coming off the back there. Stick it to the very edge of it, make sure all the bolt holes are covered. Don't worry if it looks a little bit wrinkly. As long as it's covering our drafty areas, we are good. Go a little bit at a time. You can see it wanting to curl up. Alright. Stick it along the edge and just push it around the corner. Make sure your seams are covered. If you have to, get a little flat object. Fortunately, I have one here. Careful not to puncture the tape. It is very fragile and very sticky. Alright, make sure your edges are covered. And just wrap it over the top. Do that on any seams and a hole that you see that if you feel any air blowing through there, you feel a slight draft right here. I'm going to do the top here as well. But that is really it. Make sure you cover all the bolt holes. Any areas like this, if you feel the draft coming out where that rubber seal is failing, tape around that. Same down there. But that is it for the inside. That's really all you need to do is cover all the cracks and make sure that it is not leaking any air. Press it closed. Now we get to go outside. It's time to clean the fins on our outside unit. If you live near a lot of dust and debris blowing around, especially like cottonwood trees, it gets in here and clogs things up. So I got to remove these shields. I have some coil cleaner I like to use, and get a garden hose at a very light setting and blow it on through there. We'll have a look at these things to see how dirty they are. Just take these off. Alright, only take out the bolts you need to actually take these covers off. Leave all the other bolts in there for structural integrity of the main frame here. So this one's loose. Okay, this side does not look very bad, but this other side over here, Yeah, it's pretty dirty. All right, this is the side that's closest to all the cottonwood trees over across the street, and it's pretty damn dirty. So we'll take this off, make sure we know what shield goes where, and carefully clean this off. You don't want to mess up any of these little tines right here. Air has to flow through those. I have a really light, actually like a toothbrush, to get that off there to make sure that the coils don't get bent. Any small soft bristle brush that you can use to help keep this from damaging the tines is okay to use, but go very, very lightly. See, I was just kind of flaking off there. Do that over the entire surface. Go in the direction that the tines are going. In this case, they're going down. Most units will. Don't ever go across them. You will mess up the tines. You'll bend them over. They're very light, very sharp. All right, once you get the bulk of the dirt off of there, spray it lightly with the water hose. Get rid of that remaining stuff that's on there, all the stuff that was too stubborn to brush off of there. Get it lightly with this. Do not ever use a power washer to do this. See the dirt's gonna come off. Here's the really dirty side. We are going to use coil cleaner on this, but I want to get the main bulk of the dirt off of there so it can soak right into the coils. See how it's rolling off of there? Carefully, not too hard. All right, do all of the sides. All right, everything's pretty much dusted off of there. We go for the coil cleaner right now. I recommend this for the outside coils. I would not recommend this for the inside coils if you're working on those for any reason on the inside of your house. They have a lot of bad fumes. There are special ones for the inside versus the outside. It won't matter outside if there's fumes, but you should wear some protective glasses and gloves if you feel you need to. Spray the entire surface really well on all four sides. And we're going to let it sit for a few minutes. Follow the instructions on the coil cleaner bottle itself. It says on this one, go 3 to 5 minutes. It might say something different on other ones. The foaming kind, which I really care for a lot, they say something different. So follow the instructions on the bottle. Also wash your hands and guard your eyes very carefully when doing that. The fumes are pretty bad. So just carefully rinse it off once you've waited 3 to 5 minutes. Carefully get all the sides. You see it looking lighter. I'll do 1/2 so you can see and show you. You can see one side versus the other, a lot lighter on this side than it is on this side. Do both sides like that. All right, make sure you rinse everything really well. We want it to look nice and clean. And that coil cleaner is corrosive, so make sure you wash all of that off of there. That's nice and clean. All right, time to reattach your guards and turn the power back on. The AC has been off for quite a while, so it is time to turn that back on and everybody get back inside and get cool again. So for the price of $16 coil cleaner, I probably prolonged the life of my outside unit and made it way more efficient. And coupling that with the changing the filter out inside the house, definitely do that at least once a month. I do it about once every 2 weeks around here because of all the dog hair and things. So perform these tasks and your AC should be blowing really nicely. It feels really good in here right now. So keep cool and stay stay out of trouble and don't be afraid to do it your damn self. Love you guys.